Here we're gonna learn about input, what input is. Let me give you an example. For example, we have this particular file created over here, right? So what we're gonna do is I'll just double click this particular file and it opens up a window where it is asking you simply enter the first number, and you enter the first number. Then it asks you to enter the second number. I entered the second number, and then here it shows the result. The total is 100, right? And it is asking you to hit enter to exit this application. You just hit enter and you're out of this. Okay, so this is how it works, right? How is it allowing you to enter a value? This is because of input function. Let's understand how can we do that, right? So for that, what we do is, first let me clear this console over here. Now the console is cleared. For that, what we do is we use the input function. This is the input function which we can use, and now if you put this and if you run, it will ask user to enter a value, right? So let's run this first. Let's try to understand this step by step. So if you see over here, it has printed input, and here you don't have that line where you can enter the another command. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just enter 55, right? And if you see, it just printed 55. All right, so this is how it worked over here. But if you see, when you run this, you don't get to know what exactly Python wants us to do. So for that, what we're gonna do is we write some instruction into it. Enter the first number. All right, now you select this again and execute this, and you see what happens. Here it is asking you to enter the first number. So I can do enter first number. It just took that and it printed that. So that was not looking pretty good. So what I can do is I can put colon and I can hit space. Again I run this. So here it is giving me the space to enter that. So I'll just enter it and hit enter. It just took that number. But there is one thing, if you notice over here, you see we entered a number, but it is taking as a string. You see the quotations left and right. So that means whatever value you enter in the input segment, that is always a string. So let's check that out. First number, I'm going to say first number, right? And here what I'll do is I'll just print type of first number just to showcase you. Okay, so here it is asking me to enter the first number, and here you see the class str. You see, that means the entered number is a string. So because you have to perform the mathematical operation on the value whatever you are accepting, you got to convert that into integer. How can you convert that? So whatever value you have entered over here, you asked user to enter over here, you're going to convert that into int by using int function, right? So you used the int function, and now when you do print this, let's print type of first number. Oops, this always troubles. Okay, number number. So here we are done with entering the values. Okay, now let's run this particular thing. So when you run this, it is again asking you to enter the value. So I enter the value 6, and let's see, here it says class int. That means the value is converted. Okay, now the next thing which we're gonna do is we're gonna enter the second number. We're gonna ask user to enter second number, and we're gonna follow the same things because we have already understood. So I'm just going to write this thing in a flow. Right here we're gonna say enter the second number, and then we're gonna put this thing. So here our second input is also created. Now what next we're gonna do is we're gonna create another variable which is called total. In total, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sum up this first and second number. How can we do that? It's first number plus second number. So this is added over here. Now all that we need to do is we just need to print that particular thing. Print the sum of numbers. Oops, please bear with this, it just keep on giving you the numbers is, and here you just put the variable total separated by a comma. Now this is done. Let's save this. So I'm going to save this particular file saying new my testing input. Let's say my input testing. So this is the file. Oops, I saved it as a text file. Okay, just let me save it again. I will say testing.py. I have to say my input testing.py. Okay, that was saved as py file only. Okay, now let's go back to that particular folder. Here what we can do is just refresh this. I'll just refresh this, and here I have that particular thing, right? The file which we just created. Now if I double click this one, right, so here it is asking me to enter the number. So I just entered 44, right? It is asking me to enter the second number, 33. Oops, what happened, right? The window just went away. So this is a problem with this. So how can we hold that screen? So to hold that screen, what we can do is we can write another input. What is that input? We can say write the another input statement. Simply we can say anything. You can put any information inside this thing, right? Hit enter to exit. That's it. So you just put this instruction over here, and then come back over this folder, into this folder, and check out this file this time. Okay, this time it will not demotivate you, right? So this time you entered the number 55 and then 44 and hit enter. Now you got the answer, and it is asking you to hit enter to exit. So it is done. So this is how input can work. Now there is another problem. If you open this and instead of entering the number, if you enter any text, it just went away because it threw a error, right? It is an error because you were supposed to enter the numeric value, but you entered string value. So how can you handle all these kind of exceptions? That's something which we're going to discuss in the next video. Until then, happy learning. Wish you very all the best.